from the community point into the people, like treating folks right, like the same way we would tip folks in America. Like when we come here, like even though it's not always customary, like you tip your folks, you pour back into the lives of the people here, so that you are not just pulling, but also sowing into. You bank here, bank with the Ghanaian banks. Don't just keep all of your money in America. So I think you have to be red. I love red. So that's like beans, y'all. With like you can get it with chicken, you can get it with fish, or you can just have it with just plain beans, and it's like beautiful spices, and you have it with plantains. So red, like it's too beautiful for us to destroy with so much trash.
So, what are some of the things that you think we can work towards? This trash.
I was with my friends. We were going to see land, and one of the people, they were speaking Fonte, and they spoke their language, and they said, "I've never seen a white woman with who has a butt and who has a bigger butt and da 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 da." Right? So they was like, "She's not white. She's black." Ghana and being in Africa feels like home in a way Americans never felt. So when you come here, it's like a spiritual experience, and even if you aren't necessarily a Christian or Muslim or active practicing ancestors, and it's like this is actually.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I go by the name Me, Myself, and I. Epic it was. Remember to like and share to this amazing video. Today I'm here with this amazing, beautiful lady right here,
Janelle.
Janelle, that's a nice name.
Thank you. I am from America, from the DC area. I love Ghana. So this is my third time here in Ghana.
Third time.
1,
2, 3.
Yes, my third time. I came for the first time back in March 2023. Then I came back in the summertime. Then I came back in December. It's just peaceful. I sleep so well. It's really hard for me to sleep in the U.S., so I barely get any sleep. But when I come here, like my sleep goes from like 0 to 4 hours to like 7 to 10 hours a night. So that's one of the things that I'm just like, I'm at ease.
Maybe is it because of your work in the state that makes you no sleep, or what?
No, because I work even when I'm over here. So even though I'm here, like I'm still working remotely. Like I've been here since Christmas, so I still have to work. I can't take off like a whole month and a half without work. But it's just the peace, right? So it's a different type of peace. It's not violent. It's just like the people are calmer. The energy is calmer. Like I'm a big energy person, right? So just the whole energy of Ghana feels totally different than what you feel in the U.S.
Wow, that is so amazing. How do Ghanaians see you?
Okay, truthfully, you want me to be real?
Be real. Like,
Okay.
how do Ghanaians see you?
Okay, so some will really think I'm white, like at first, and like they might treat me a little bit different, right? So it's way more love for black folks here. Like in some, but most like they treat you good. I remember I was in a car with one of my in Takarati, and one of my drivers was like, "Oh, do you mind if we go pick up the kids? They'll be so excited. They've never seen a white woman before." And I was like, "Hey, I'm not white. I'm not white." And he's like, "You're not." So I'll show pictures of my family. But again, that's why we all have to experience more of each other, right? Because we have these perceptions of what Black Americans look like, what Africans are like, what it's like in different places, and we don't know until we're really around each other. So yeah, but everybody still, treats me well.
And like they see you like Obroni.
What is that?
Have you ever been called Obroni before? But you asked me what is that?
Because I had to think about it. That is the white woman.
Okay.
So we were walking, and I was with my friends. We were going to see land, and one of the people, they were speaking Fonte, and they spoke their language, and they said, "I've never seen a white woman with who has a butt and who has a bigger butt and da 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 da." Right? So they was like, "She's not white. She's black." Or whatever. So they was like, "No, well at least she has to be basically saying mixed." And I was like, "Yeah, no, both my parents are."
Wow.
But that again is not the important part about it. That is just how you ask me, well, how do people see me? But that is not important. Like what's important is like it's all love. Like I've caught rides with folks who I don't even know, but we're going down the same road, and then you're in your cab, and other people will get in and slide over. It's like in the U.S., like we can't do that because we can't do that because it's just not safe.
So, what are some of the history that you think the African Americans or the diaspora should know back in Africa? Like we do connect in some way, in somehow. What are some of the history that you can tell us in it?
Well, I think it's that we all are from here. Like we know that we didn't just get in America. Like indigenous people were there, but we didn't just get in America. Like we were brought there. Our ancestors were brought there. So the fact that we are all connected to Africa, like that's it. Like it's like coming home. So for me, Ghana and being in Africa feels like home in a way Americans never felt. So when you come here, it's like a spiritual experience, and even if you aren't necessarily a Christian or Muslim or active practicing, you will feel something in your soul where you were just like connected to your land, connected to the ancestors, and it's like this is actually where we're from. This is where we're from. So
it's important.
It's absolutely important. Going to visit like the different slave castles when folks were slaves, and looking at how, and again, because the U.S. and our religion has so much, Christianity has so many issues, but even looking at how in the slave castles, like our people were kept in the dungeons while right above like church services was happening, and to see how much depth devastation has happened, like with Christianity and how much violence. Like you can connect all of that when you come back home and really see. Like folks thought that they were doing a service, or like folks weren't human. So it's just yeah, history is important. It's important. Hmm.
Wow. So history is so important to let people connect to their roots back to Africa.
Absolutely.
What is something that you dislike about Ghana?
I would say the trash system, right? So
Train.
trash.
Trash?
Trash.
Oh.
So there's not, to me, like the garbage collection system. It is not set up well, and a lot of that is government, right? So, but to see so much trash in a land that is so beautiful, and folks who just litter, who are just throwing the trash. So it is like really important for us to protect the environment, and it doesn't. It's too beautiful for us to destroy with so much trash.
So what are some of the things that you think we can work towards, this trash?
I think really one teaching about it so folks know that like this isn't cool what it's actually doing to the environment. Two, having trash cans around, because oftentimes you will go blocks and blocks on in the market circle in different places and there's no trash cans around. So I think the government also has to do a better job at supplying trash cans. The states is definitely different, so we have way more trash pickup and trash cans like all over the place. So and granted, it's not all perfect. So there's definitely litter in the U.S. too. So don't want to make it seem like it is not, but there is an emphasis on climate, but yeah.
Wow.
But I think again that's important for us to be collected and to let us know that like all of our issues are connected, and that's the importance of being connected to the diaspora, right? Because what's happening, so much of the U.S. is polluting the whole world and all of the oceans, and how does that affect what's happening here, right? Even some of the miners who aren't mining correctly and who are destroying the water supply in Ghana, but a lot of that is related to the investors in the United States, right? So us really connecting all of these issues together.
How can we connect the diaspora and Africans together?
Studying, visiting, YouTube, learning about each other. Like the internet and technology has made us so much closer than what we were before. So just like really connecting to each other with all of the different resources that we have.
What are some of the local dishes that we tried so far in Ghana?
Okay, so my favorite is red red. I love red red. So that's like beans, y'all, with like you can get it with chicken, you can get it with fish, or you can just have it with just plain beans, and it's like beautiful spices, and you have it with plantain. So red red is definitely my favorite. Definitely have fufu. I love goat. I eat goat all the time when I'm on the beach. The grilled goat, that's really good. Jollof rice, of course. It's the battle between Nigeria and Ghana's jollof rice. My mother's side is Nigerian, though, so I gotta try the Nigerian jollof too before I can say which is better.
That is a way of not answering a question, you understand? Because definitely, if you have eaten that jollof from Nigeria, I'll ask you that question.
Okay, so I can't answer it, but I do plan. I want to go to Nigeria too. So again, connecting to all of all of Africa, and in particular my ancestry, right? So my father's side is Ghanaian, my mother's side is Nigerian.
It's a big combination in there. That is a massive. Wow. Have you tried TZ?
No, I haven't had that.
Yeah, you have to try that.
I haven't had that. I
Yeah.
had bunku. I wasn't crazy about bunku. I like fufu in the light soup.
Okay.
Yeah,
And that's it.
I think so.
Do you know of watching?
No.
You don't know of watching?
Mm-mm.
Wow. The tourist sites in Ghana, which side have you been so far?
So I've been to what's the favorite, like the forest where all of the animals are, and you just climb up the high ropes and.
If I should say something, maybe I might be wrong.
Cancun.
Kakum National
Yes,
Park.
Cancun National Park. I went there. I've been to the slave castles. I've been to the Asino Meso River. Oh my gosh, that was the best, the absolute best. They call it also the Slave River. So that was the absolute most spiritual experience for me.
Then what have you learned so far from there?
A lot about the history, a lot about how where the Portuguese came, just like different stuff. So it's like not even just learning new things, but actually seeing what you have learned in real time.
So what are some of the mindsets in the state? Your friends, you have already even family from the ground already. You have family from Ghana. That's your dad, your mom from Nigeria, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they were all born in the U.S., so generations of the U.S., but I'm talking about our ancestry, so chasing the lineage.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing. So let me say, you growing up in the state, how was the mindset of African from other people telling you about African once you know how African is?
I think it's a lot of misconceptions about Africa. I think a lot of folks are scared of what they don't know. I think we have again been poisoned to be like Africans don't like Black Americans. Africans really can't stand it. Like they don't accept you all. So all of that stuff has been put into Americans' heads, and like and when you come, it's not really like that. And I'm sure like might be some people who don't. Just like there's some black folks who are like, oh no, I can't mess with, So I think it's just like different people in every culture who aren't just rocking with other people. But like for the general sense, like it's all love.
But do you think Africans don't like African Americans?
No, I don't think that. I think it's some who don't, just like I think it's some black Americans who don't like Africans. Like, but I'm saying like I feel like that's like that across the board, and it has nothing to do with like who we really are, but based on the stereotypes and us being poison and ignorant.
Why would an black American will be like say, oh, I don't like Africans, Africans don't like us and all that. Like why is it like that?
So it's stereotypes, right? So the way one that black Americans are portrayed on the media. Some folks who are African and come to America think like black folks don't work hard. If they did, they would have much more. Any black folks are lazy. But sold that through like media and all of that stuff.
So if you have a message out there for, let me say, the diaspora out there, what will be your message?
I would say that come to Ghana. Like we are all so connected, and like the powers that be want to keep us disconnected. They want to make division, black folks versus African folks. But like, yo, we're all from the motherland. Some people sometimes don't think I am, but I definitely am, all black. So it's just like we should all come home. Like we all need to come home because it feels different, and to not be the quote quote minority or not have to prove your blackness because everybody around you is a black person. Like it feels wonderful.
So what would be some of the things that you would love to take with you?
The peace, the kindness, but I want to come back. So I ain't trying to. I don't have to take everything. You can't take everything. I just want to come back to it. I want to come back to it.
You want to come back?
Mhm.
Okay, wow, that is so amazing. So will you like to invest into the continent of Africa, Ghana?
Absolutely.
What will you invest your energy and everything to?
So I don't know yet, right? So that's one of the important things that I feel like as an expat, you have to make sure like when you come over, you are pouring into the community, not just taking away, from the community, pouring into the people, like treating folks right, like the same way we would tip folks in America. Like when we come here, like even though it's not always customary, like you tip your folks, you pour back into the lives of the people here so that you are not just pulling, but also sowing into. You bank here, bank with the Ghanaian banks. Don't just keep all of your money in America. So I think you have to be really intentional. So I'm still, thinking about how to figure all that out.
That is so amazing. What is your culture shock?
Huh?
Culture shock?
Culture shock?
Yeah,
Here?
yeah.
No culture shock. I think the only culture shock I really had was people thought I was white, and I was like, no, that was it. But no culture shock. It was just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
Also, where can they find you?
So they can find me at Janelle JANELLE_ESQ. So
Can you tell us a bit of what you do so that if maybe someone out there wants to do business with you?
So I'm an attorney. So I do will and estate planning. I do legal services, but most of my career has been devoted to like justice working for the people. But if you need legal services, I'm here.
And yeah, can we do this? Peace out.